Derek and Hadi, when can we expect to see them on stage next? Are they going to take the year off, or can we expect to see them before the Olympia?
Hadi has already mentioned that he is
I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Someone like Hany rather, I'm sure you saw promise in him, but when you first met him, when you were first, talking to him, and he was in his 212 days, did you ever envision a day where he would be this good at the open division, where he would be Mr. Olympia or Mr. Olympia quality in the open class?
I never ever think too far ahead. Even with Phil Heath, I never thought too far ahead. Jay Cutler, when I was working with him in 2009, I never thought, are we going to win? We just try to bring in the best version of that athlete, and the rest is up to the judges and how the athlete looks next to the other athletes on the stage. So when I personally work with somebody, I don't look at winning. I look at bringing in the best physique possible, and if that physique is good enough to win, then that's what we want. But we do not turn around and try to make it where I sit there and say, you're going to win. Because you never know who's going to show up, and you never know if the athlete is going to take the direction you're giving them to be able to complete the tasks that are needed to improve. So when you put the formulas together, and you have somebody hard working like Hadi, who literally works like Ronnie Coleman did on all the crazy videos, he put the weights, his bones, I don't even know how they handle it. And a lot of people have asked me in the past, I think Jay Cutler asked me a couple weeks ago on a podcast, he said, why do you allow him to do that? And I said, because if he doesn't, his mind will not work properly. He needs to be able to take it to a whole nother level. I don't like him doing 600-pound squats 10 days out, but if he's going to do 3 reps in a drop set, then that's what we're going to do.
Well, I was going to ask you, because I remember it was the year he won the Olympia, and there was this Olympia Sunday seminar the next day, and you were talking about how before he came to the U.S. to work with you, he was putting in 5-6 hour days at the gym, and in your words, that his muscles were like beef jerky when you got your hands on him. What do you do? What is the game plan, generally speaking, when Hadi gets to the United States and you're trying to get him prepped for the Olympia?
So the biggest thing that we did with Hadi was working out 2 to 2.5 hours twice a day, right? So what we did was we brought back the volume, because it's a comfort factor. It was difficult for him in the beginning because that's what he's used to. But as we cut back his amount of training in the gym, the amount of recovery was going up, and he was able to hold on to more size. And then it made it easier to transition to open. So Hadi went from 5-hour workouts, 2 hours twice a day, 4-hour workouts, to now 2 hours once a day. But that was a process. The biggest process in that was the mental process of him knowing it's okay not to do that. And as we were building trust together, and he was able to work out less and got more out of it, then you saw the results with putting on more size.
I hate to bring this kind of a topic up, but when we talk about Hadi, you have to bring in some of the other Iranian athletes, deserving Iranian athletes. I spoke to one of them yesterday, Farooqi. And again, we always have this topic of visas, and what's it going to take for a qualified Olympian Iranian athlete to make it to the United States in order to compete against the best in the world? Something that they've deserved. Farooqi, 3 years in a row, Olympian qualified, yet never got an opportunity to take that stage. In your opinion, and from what you know, if visas was never an issue amongst Iranian athletes, how many more Iranian athletes would we be talking about in Classic, Open, and 212?
Dozens, if not hundreds. Dozens, if not hundreds. The number and quality of the Iranian athletes are second to none. And the reason why we don't see them is because of the visa situation. And I'm saying that because you do not realize how many amazing athletes are in Iran because they can't leave. So some of them can, and they've been able to come through, and you're seeing them at the Olympia stage. But when it comes to the quality of athletes that are unseen, it's second to none because they're just behind locked doors right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do whatever we can. I'm going to try to get more involved in trying to do whatever I can to try to get more of the Iranian athletes in the United States on a bigger scale. And we're going to just basically focus on that. That's something that I'm really trying to do in 2025. There's going to be a lot of new announcements, things that I'm going to do, but that is definitely one of them, is getting more Iranian athletes the opportunity to be able to grow within the bodybuilding world.
Couple of quick hitters. Derek and Hadi, when can we expect to see them on stage next? So they're going to take the year off, or can we expect to see them before the Olympia?
Hadi has already mentioned that he is not going to be doing the Arnold Classic. Derek is still contemplating about the Arnold. I do think that he's leaning towards it, but it's one of those things that he's going to make his official decision coming up soon. But I think that, you know, he could go either way, whether he wants to take time off or if he wants to go out there and battle again very soon. Prize money doesn't hurt, obviously. You know, the Olympia is now 600
What can you
grand.
say about the prize money? Again, someone like a Samson Dowda has a chance potentially at $1.1 million between this past Olympia and this Arnold Classic coming up.
Well, look at Hadi Choopan. Hadi won the Arnold and won both the Arnolds, and I think that was like 325 between those two, and then taking second the Olympia.
250, correct?
What's that?
250?
Yes, 250. So that these numbers that he's done this year is more than what Ronnie Coleman won in 6 Olympias.
That's crazy. But it's
Literally,
a good thing.
Ronnie and I were talking about it yesterday. He's just like, yeah, 600 grand. That was 6 Olympias for me. Because it was only 100 grand back then. That's what it was.
Unbelievable. But you know what? I think it's due time.
Oh, I think it's long overdue.
Yeah.
I think it's long overdue, and it's great to see that there's a substantial amount of money that can really be able to help be able to go to the next level. And I think that is something that's amazing, because also in the past you had to just take opportunities, right? Opportunities of sponsors, with your own personal business. Derek just launching his new gym in Tampa. Hadi has his gym in Shiraz. I mean, these guys are also working behind the scenes while they're also taking care of all of their sponsor commitments as well.